Boys, back like we never left.
Never left.
I missed y'all.
We're here.
Even though I've been spending every single day with you boys.
We've been together every day.
Yeah. What y'all been up to, man?
Well, you know it. You've been with us every day. Shit,
I know.
We had a weekend, a boys' weekend, bachelor trip.
So shout out to Boys Weekend.
That was so fun.
So you can get a little preview of that on all of our Instagrams. I think we all collabed on it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Joey's bachelor party. We went and partied hard, shot a bunch of guns, rode the mini Jeep.
The mini Jeep was so fun.
Rode some dude. Okay, first off, shout out to Ronnie and Jordan, bro.
Yeah, for bringing the toys.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know if I'm on.
oh yeah, what the fuck?
There
you are.
Hey, guys.
Hey. Welcome to the show, Hayden.
Hey, guys.
But no, that was dude. You turned me down. No way.
Hey, I'm back, bitch.
Nobody wants to hear Joey
okay,
anyways.
first off, we need to put
Fair.
How about we set up these microphones and we set up like 1, 2, 3, 4?
We'll do that later.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we're still working out the kinks. It's been about a month since we've dropped a podcast episode. So hope y'all missed us. We're not going to spend a million years on this intro, even though we could. Do y'all want to jump into win of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Actually, should we finish Bachelor?
Is that anybody's win of the week?
It's not mine.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, so shout out Ronnie and Jordan. They brought all the toys, all the guns. Shout out Nathan. He brought some guns too. Shout out everyone that was at Boys Weekend. I did not really know what to expect because it was kind of a scramble making this weekend happen because we wanted to do a bachelor trip, but all of us are kind of like
Busy,
and we only have 1 month until the wedding.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck, what should we do? Like something quick. And then we were originally going to go on a trip to like South Florida and try to go fish. Well, Hayden's allergic to fish and some of the people don't even own a fishing rod. And I'm so new to fishing that I couldn't even tell you where to cast anyway. And it pretty much would have been just Joey teaching 6 guys how to fucking fish.
And it's
me
not
and
the time of
Ronnie.
year.
Ronnie can fish.
Well, exactly. Okay, so Joey and Ronnie. But then the funny thing is, like, low key, it's not that I was nervous doing it at the farm. I just thought it wouldn't be as fun. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, you have a bunch of land and you can go and do stuff and explore and whatever. But like, events for like 3 days. Like, boys, are we gonna have fun on a farm for 3 days?
I had a blast the whole time.
Dude, I didn't even want to leave. I did not want to leave.
I planned on leaving. I was going to go to the Jags game.
Yeah.
And I think I was there for like 30 minutes before I was like, yeah.
You're gonna
Sell
stay.
my ticket. Sell my ticket. Like, I'm going to... Explosives... Bet.
Yeah.
Dude, the Tannerite, that's crazy.
I
Like,
can't believe
fun.
I can't believe that shit's legal.
You can just buy it. You can just
What?
go buy bombs. It's fine.
and you bought 10 pounds of it,
10
right?
pounds, yeah.
And we didn't even go through all of it. And I feel like we're blowing up shit all weekend.
Yeah.
But dude, what a hell of a weekend, bro.
It was a time.
Some of the guns that we got to shoot are guns that we'll probably never shoot again for the rest of our life. You know,
I think one of them was like the Jurassic Park like shotgun that like killed the T-Rex.
That was
in
a
the
big
original.
rifle. It's like not a big rifle, but it's a big rifle.
It's got the like
short stubby.
in that video. I'm like,
Yeah.
it made me like jump back a couple feet, man. It was crazy. I don't shoot guns like that, so that was a cool experience.
It was fun.
Thanks,
me
Joey.
either though. Like I really, there's a lot of things out there that we did this weekend that I don't do very often, bro. I haven't rode a dirt bike in like 12 years, and the first time I went to go ride it, bro, I was like kind of nervous.
I was
bro.
scared for you. I ain't gonna lie, because
Yeah,
like,
dude, I was
you know,
wobbling.
anybody like who doesn't ride a dirt bike gets on one. It's
And
so
then-
easy to.
After like on the second day, bro, I get on the dirt bike and like, dude, I was hauling ass, bro. Once you get comfortable on a dirt bike, I see why people get into accidents, because you feel like you can just fucking like run the world, bro. Like once you get up to full speed on a dirt bike and you got like wide open field, like,
Did you get to top of 5th?
oh yeah. Dude, I was hauling ass, bro.
You ever see, like-
when y'all were hunting for the hog, I tried to get one of y'all to get a fucking video of me. Like,
He's just going back and forth.
I see y'all at the like end of the field, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna haul ass, dude. And I'm like, I wish I knew how fast I was.
Nobody's
going.
even looking at him.
Yeah.
We're all staring at the hog.
I was so proud of myself too. Like, I would like switch it in gear, and get a little bit like a little wheelie at the beginning, and I'm like, fuck,
It's
dude.
so funny because when I saw you first hop on, it was like whenever like you first lose your training wheels on a bike and you're like
Yeah.
elbows up. It was
Yeah.
the funniest thing seeing you ride that thing.
Oh, I was nervous as shit, bro. When we first brought the dirt bikes out, I was extremely nervous because Ronnie and Jordan, they're so cool. They're like, oh, dude, take it for a spin or whatever. And I'm like, should I?
you show me
Like,
how
I'm
to
trying
use
like,
it.
yeah, exactly. Like, how do you fucking shift this thing, you know? And then once you get the hang of it, though, it's like second nature. Because if you've ever ridden one before, you just pick it up like that, you know?
Well, then there's me who's ridden one before. Like I've ridden them all the time, and then I get on it very first time thinking I'm like cool, you know, trying to do a wheelie. Almost lost that bitch. I got it up
crazy.
all the way to the point where like I needed to hit the rear brake to bring it back down. I couldn't. I had to get my feet on the ground or else I'm going to be on my back with a dirt bike on top of me.
Yep.
So then I'm running with the dirt bike, and somehow, wow, I managed to let go of the gas so it dropped back down. But I have bruised ribs right now. First bruise I've had on my body in years because I don't bruise. My ribs are bruised right now from the dirt bike.
Damn.
It was a good time though.
What was y'all's favorite part of the weekend?
Probably the first night, dang, Hayden, you weren't there. The first night when it was me, you, Ronnie, and Jordan, we were just riding around at 3 a.m. And we just randomly let off shots at the back of the pasture.
we lost something very important to the trip that we can't talk about on
Very
this
important.
episode.
So important.
But we lost something very important. And all that we knew that it was somewhere within the 33 acres of land that we were on.
And we only take so many routes. So, like, we follow those routes.
So it's
so
funny
many
because there's the routes that we're taking too. It's like, you wouldn't believe it, but like there's hills everywhere, like steep hills. Like there's certain parts of the property where you can't even hit it on a dirt bike, bro. It's like too steep.
Yeah.
And it was funny. Like we kept like going back and forth, and we're all like, like 8 beers deep, just like riding around in this little mini Jeep, and you're like sitting here with your legs all tucked in, and we all have flashlights, and you're just like
headlamps, flashlights.
Yeah, you're like looking everywhere trying to find this one important thing, and you just, oh my God, dude, what a fucking time. Seriously, I'm still on a high from that weekend, bro. Like
it was almost depressing to come home.
It was.
Because like you have so much fun so quick, and
here's the thing.
you have to work.
If you were to be out on a piece of property like that, typically you'd be camping. It'd be at like a fun campsite, or like it'd be at a barn, but you can't really sleep in the barn, you know what I mean? But it's so luxurious in the inside, dude.
It's
like,
unbelievable.
Shout out to Morgan's dad for building this like fucking fortress.
Shout out Mr. Jeff.
Literally, shout out Mr. Jeff, big time. Like it was a hell of a time. I can't even like point out a flaw about boys weekend. And I'm glad it turned out the way it did, because dude, all the girls that are doing like Morgan's bachelorette party, bro, I know all of them were like,
they wanted to be there.
Yeah, I know. They're like, where you go?
Everybody wanted to be there.
For sure. That was a hell of a time, boys. Let's jump into Win of the Week.
Let's do it.
All right, boys. Episode 142, Win of the Week. Y'all want to start us off? Want me to start us off? Where are we at?
Can we do a 3-way rock, paper, scissors? Is that a thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, I'm out.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Your turn.
Okay.
I'm doing 75 hard. I don't know if that's a win. I mean, I guess for my
That's a
health,
win.
It's a win, but it's hard.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, it's
hard.
75 hard.
I mean, I think I've restarted. I failed 3 times now.
What day are you on? 1?
Wait, you failed 3 times this round?
I failed 3 times this week.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant you failed 3 times in the past.
It's
so, like,
hard.
It's so. What does it entail? So you
Bro,
have to
you
work
should try
out.
75 intermediate.
Shut up.
75 medium.
Yeah.
75 soft.
I try to do it my own way. Like you can like try to
Yeah.
drop things or like cut more, but it's 2 workouts a day. So one is 45 minutes indoors, one is 45 minutes outdoors. So you can choose whether it to be like a run or an outdoor like workout in the garage or something. Read 10 pages a day. Stick to a diet. I think that's it for 75 days.
No
What part of
alcohol.
it? Yeah, no alcohol. Isn't it like
Yeah,
no
no alcohol.
soda, no alcohol, no nicotine?
A
No,
diet.
No, it's
like,
no alcohol. But that's the thing is
Okay.
people are,
You add, it's like tailored to what
Yeah.
you want to change.
And that's the thing is I think I want, that's why I think I failed. It's like, I want to quit so many things and I want to cut so many bad habits. And it's funny that the book that I'm reading is Atomic Habits, that I'm trying to like cut on my bad habits. But like, I want to get rid of the nicotine, obviously.
Yeah.
I want to, I want to stop drinking as more than I, have.
What about it do you think is the hardest part?
Actually, my biggest thing, I cut caffeine. So I cut Celsius. Celsius sponsor us because I'm a 2 Celsius a day
I was gonna
type
say,
of guy.
bro, that's
Not for the
hard.
next 75.
That is
Please.
hard for you to cut, bro. That's crazy.
I'm a little nutty, so I'm allergic to coffee. I can't enjoy like a standard coffee, so I've kind of like adopted the Celsius 200 milligrams. Just found out about the 270, on the big old Celsius. Like,
But I will say that bitch, dude, unmatched energy. Like it is you get I've never had more energy than like doing a Celsius. Like
You know what energy is unmatched? Natural energy that you fucking produce by yourself without supplementing it with that poison.
you drink coffee every day. You
Amen.
drink coffee every day.
Coffee's not poison.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
grown on a
but
plant.
that's still caffeine.
It's
though.
grown on a plant.
Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever.
A.
So continue.
caffeine's probably the hardest, and like even like at work, I work with 2 ladies, and they're awesome. Hopefully they never watch this, but they were telling me the other day, like, damn, you're kind of sassy. Like, where did this come from? And I'm like,
Caffeine.
Yeah, lacking the caffeine. Like, I could not sit still. I have a standing and sitting desk, so like I cranked it up and cranked it down like 3 times the other day, and I was just like, guys, I'm like, a soda would like not even scratch the itch, but like a little bit of caffeine would like satisfy right now. I have had headaches out the ass. I don't like taking ibuprofen.
Yeah.
If I'm doing anything, I'm herbally, pain relieving, and that's
So
about it.
Cass quit the nicotine too. That was like one of her New Year's resolutions. And bro, like I love my girl through and through, but holy fuck, man. I'm just like the sassy. It's like what you're saying. It's just like, it's
irritable.
just it's the irritability. It's like the sassiness. It's like, you can't even like, don't even try to critique anything during this period. You know what I mean? Because you're going to get that fucking haymaker, bro. You know? And, but I mean, I salute like all of y'all for doing this shit, man. And eventually down the road, I would like to try
Just
it.
not right now.
Not right now. For right now, I just want to cut out little things one by one. That's how I do it best.
That's my biggest issue is like I'm picking and choosing my battles right now. And like, I didn't do enough planning. I kind of just like, I wouldn't say peer pressured, but somebody was like, "You were doing it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
You were peer pressured.
I came back from bachelor party like, "Yep, I'm rocking out tomorrow." With what in my pantry? Like, you want me to diet with water? Like, I did not stock the pantry. I didn't plan properly. So 12 hours into my day one, I caved and
got McDonald's.
What did I do?
Whataburger.
Patty melt.
So here's one thing that I'm trying to do is I'm like, one of my big things for the new year is I'm trying to eat healthier and not necessarily eat healthier, but also eat more foods that have like higher protein, higher carbs, like just pack on those foods that are going to help me after I go to the gym, you know, because I'm getting back in my gym shit, you know, just like every other New Year's resolutioner. And I've started following this guy on Instagram, Cooking for Gains. Bro, he makes meals that look like, they look so fucking good. It'll be like, you know, like a 3-meat pasta or something, you know, or just like something where it's like a chicken crusted pizza. And you're like, dude, I would tear that bitch up, man. And he'll put like hot honey on stuff. And that kind of has made it, what I have to do is my brain has to find something fun about it. You know, like make it into a game. Like with the gym, like that's obviously kind of already a game in itself. You know what I mean? Like figuring out your what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And then like on the backside, like my diet's been always like the one fault of me trying to, you know, put on some gains. So.
Well, you've always been. I've
but
never
that doesn't
seen
mean you
Nick
eat.
in a
But that's the
different shape
thing.
or
That's the
form.
thing. Is like that's the issue. Is I can eat anything and it doesn't fucking show up. So there's no foul with me eating shitty.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so hard for me to eat shitty because I can just get away with it all the time.
Yeah.
And for me, like honestly, you can make gains by eating Chick-fil-A every day. You know what I mean? But if that's really like the only thing you're like, for me, like I don't have like a crazy appetite, bro. So like I'll eat Chick-fil-A. Like if I eat it for breakfast, then like my next meal would be dinner normally. Where I've got to start incorporating like those 3 meals a day and they got to be full meals, you know? So shout out Cash. She's been fucking meal prepping, like getting me right. And then, but yeah, I kind of took it easy this year on the New Year's resolutions. I'm just a couple main things, just like trying to be, you know, eat better, get in the gym. I'm cutting out the nicotine too this week. Like just kind of just pacing it a little bit, you know?
I'm proud of you, Nick. My win of the week is the Jaguars.
That's a good one.
Shout out to him. Duval till we die,
Duval
baby.
till we motherfucker.
Trevor is that guy.
Oh, he's a goat. And honestly, if he had played like this, if there was like 2 or 3 games throughout the season that were just not there, he would be MVP.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Like there's...
But you got to give credit to his receivers too, because who's our number 1 receiver?
Jacoby Myers right
yes,
now.
He is.
After he
but
got
he's
signed.
been here for what, 4 weeks? 6
Dude,
weeks?
You know what I love? One trend that I love is like, and it kind of happened a little bit when we first drafted Trevor, was like the Steezy Trev thing. But now they brought
grills.
that back, bro, with the diamond grill. Like, I think that shit
You know
is
who
so
did
tough.
those grills, right?
Teasy the God.
Teasy the God.
Shout out Teasy the God, episode like 108 or something. If you guys want to go and watch that one, shout out to him. Yeah, we had him on the pod, and I wish honestly.
Still waiting for our
Yeah, shit, Teasy. You know you owe us something. Don't be.
Yeah, you
hey,
still got the molds.
Just saying, yeah, you got the molds, my boy. But no, definitely need to get him back on the pod and get Hayden the mold as well.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
just a mold.
Yeah, just a mold. You ain't getting the tooth, yeah. But no, shout out to him for doing that. I think that's really cool, and I think it's cool the Jags are running with that shit too.
Yeah.
My win of the week is shout out to JPU. They voted us best podcast of the year.
Where's the trophy?
It's over there. Hayden, get up and grab that trophy. Shout out JPU, man. Like I think
Headphones are on.
and grab it.
yeah, headphones are on. Headphones are on.
I know. Thought I was gonna be able to read.
Nah.
It was close.
Here we go. JPU podcast of the year OG session. Shout out to them for voting us for that.
Yes,
I think it was a
sir.
bunch of people that voted, but either way, shout out to y'all.
I don't know how we won it, but we were told
I don't
to
know
be
how
there.
the fuck we won it either, but hey, shout out, man. It was funny. I got wind that we needed to be at this event because we were going to be receiving something. We were at the one last year, and they did awards and stuff like that, but we didn't win anything. I wasn't expecting to win anything, bro. You know what I mean? Like I've said multiple times on this podcast, I never expect us to be like a top show or top anything. And so I think it was like when they announced, it was funny. They had like a couple awards. One was like best guest or something, or like one was, there was a bunch of different categories. And they kept listing these categories. I was like, oh, we might win this one. You know what I mean? And they get to podcast of the year. It was
I'm
their
like,
last
nah,
award.
this can't be us.
I was like, hold on. I was like, there was no fucking way. There was a couple categories where I looked at Joey and I was like, hey, give him hell, brother. I was like, buckle up. This is your time. I was like, we're first award, baby. Let's get it. And then we didn't win. And I was like, shit, like, why are we here? Yeah, I was like, I thought we were going to be winning something low key. And then when they did podcast of the year, bro, I was honored. I mean, seriously, shout out JPU. Like, them boys, everyone that runs that thing is fucking fire. Shout out Botter, shout out Blythe. I think we're going to have Blythe on the pod here in a couple months or something.
Schedule, isn't it?
Yeah, she's on the schedule. So, that's my win of the week. It's quick, easy, but couldn't have done it without y'all boys, obviously. And yeah, dude, fucking heavy honor. Not gonna lie. And what else we got? So no more voting for best podcast in the 904. That's another award that we're trying to win. Voting is already closed. We figure out on the 21st. So this episode drops on like the 16th or something. So give it a couple weeks. We'll figure that out. If we don't win, I don't really care. The funny thing is though,
if we don't win, I don't really care about it.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
But one thing that is super funny is they just announced when the award ceremony is for if people win that. It's the night of your wedding.
Yeah.
So, dude, it was funny.
Show up suit and tie. I thought it'd be storm in.
Well, it's funny. It's like at 4 p.m. Like that.
Is it really?
You'll be like kissing the fucking bride when we be claiming the award. But I have heard through the grapevine that some of those that award ceremony is a little bit hectic because I think they do like 500 different categories, bro. Like I don't know if y'all went through the voting, but it's like 20 different categories with like 50 different subcategories. So like, dude, I think that there's a bunch of different like. I think it's just a madhouse in there, you know. But shout out to everyone that voted for that. I know that a bunch of people were voting for us like every single day, and I seriously gratitude is insane. Like I cannot thank y'all enough. But yeah, to this week's guest, I don't want to take too much long on this. I'm super stoked about this episode. We've actually already recorded it, and it's one of my favorite episodes we've ever done.
Yeah, funny as fuck.
Shout out to Scott Whatley, comedian. He was also one of the people that were in the running for best comedian in Jax. And he proved it on the show. He is fucking legendary. He's funny as fuck. And yeah, hope y'all enjoy it. Do you guys have anything else before we bounce out of here?
No, I'm excited.
Nah, I was actually, before we went to yours, and I don't want to go back to my win of the week, but have y'all seen Blueface lately?
Yeah, he's kind of, is he jacked or fat?
Jacked.
Is he jacked?
Is he?
Yeah, like
Blueface,
jacked.
baby?
Blueface, yeah.
Really?
And the reason, random, but I was, when we were talking about like, you know, food and shit like that, apparently he was like offering people like extra for like their mashed, like it's a straight mashed potatoes is what did all that. Like,
no
he's fucking
way.
yoked now, and it's all for like straight mashed potatoes and like
push-ups.
I was like, damn, like mashed potato stock just went up.
Here's
like,
what I will say, bro.
In my household.
100%, dude. And it's so easy to make.
Yeah.
Dude, here's one thing I will be honest about is like, if I ever went to jail, God forbid, I don't know what I'd go to jail for, but if I did ever go to jail,
You get fucked.
dude. Hey, don't be speaking for yourself right now, brother.
yeah.
Holy shit. No, but dude, I get fucking jacked. I would get, dude, if I went to jail, give me 6 months in jail. All you're doing is working
Careful
out.
what you ask for.
All you're doing is working out, bro. You'd be a fucking tank if you went to jail.
I'd be a unit.
You'd be.
I'd be short and stocky boy.
Yeah, you'd be a little running back coming out of
I
there.
do a lot of reading. I think I'd be I'd want to become a genius in jail.
Yeah.
You could put Hayden into jail.
Shawshank Redemption type
You could
shit,
put him
you know?
in jail, but it's at a Planet Fitness, and he'll still read his ass off. You know, boys, let's jump into this episode. Seriously, 142. Shout out to everyone that's here with us right now. Yeah, let's get it. Scott Whatley, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing, brother?
Good.
Pleasure having you in the studio today, man.
I'm stoked to be here, man. This is awesome.
Love watching your content, dude. You've really been making some like nice little waves over there on Instagram, bro. Like, and your formula is kind of funny too, because a lot of the content is like original content that you go out there and make and produce and stuff.
Yeah.
But then some of the content is like you find a hilarious video on Instagram, but then kind of add your own little flair to it, which I love.
Yeah.
It's great for engagement because the video itself is already doing so well.
Yeah.
But then you add your own little flair to it, and it just makes it that much more funny, bro.
Yeah, like starting with good ingredients.
100%.
You know, like I hate reaction videos or like stitch videos. I'm like, the worst is when somebody's just watching a video and they're like, look at that, you know, like
so
check that out.
annoying,
It's like, dude, you did nothing.
Yeah.
Somebody else did something great and you're just attaching yourself to it.
Yeah.
And so I'd stayed away from doing those forever. And then I was just posting stand-up comedy clips or like dude, we'll go and like me and Alex Sanders will write a script, spend like 2 days shooting it, editing it, put it up, and it's like 1,200 views. You're like, damn.
Oh, we know that feeling.
And then I could just react to something that's
And get thousands.
Well, you had one go super viral, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate. I've had a couple do that.
What's your most viral run that you reacted to?
There's a chick she's by a track, and she's like, there's an
yeah.
old guy talking to her. The thing's got like 40 million views now.
Oh, yeah.
Like 40 million. Like, what? Why? You know, it's crazy. But I don't know. I started looking at that content. Like, if I can find, like, I was like, maybe I can just be like the Rob Dyrdek. Like, kind of think about it like that. Like, find something that's entertaining, but then cut it and then talk trash about it. Add something to it. Be silly, and that way it's like I'm actually contributing something to the content.
100%.
But starting with something that like already gets my attention, that I enjoy watching, that I thought was like
The Old Man on a Track, you know exactly why that one blew up. Because didn't you say, like, I watched it a second time and I saw it. So, like, you almost made them go look at it again to see whatever. I still don't know what the fuck you were looking at.
her
Nip
titties.
slip, nip
Was it
slip.
her titties?
It was a nip slip. Yeah.
I thought it was the guy disappearing.
And if you watch it enough times, like you think the nip slip is coming, but it cuts just in time for you to not see it.
Yeah.
And so like that's why he probably like people are probably watching that 3 or 4 times. And because I didn't understand it at first either. But the cool thing about your reaction videos is you say what everyone's thinking. So like the video plays through, but then you cut it early.
Yeah.
And you're like, go watch that again. Or you'll be like, you saw it, I know you saw it, you know, and you're like, damn, he caught my ass, you know? Like you never know if you're gonna be watching a video and it's actually gonna be a Scott Whatley fucking like review, you know what I mean? Then it's good, bro. I think it's an organic way to grow, and I think it clearly works with some
It's been
stuff.
working. I'm seeing traction is pretty cool. You know, I've been working at trying to grow that Instagram account for years, and it's like you just like slowly chipping away at stuff. And I had a video where me and my daughter, we just randomly, it wasn't even playing. I was like, let's just get in the truck and go up to Georgia and throw some corn out. I wanted to check on a deer feeder or whatever. I'm a total redneck. And we're just in the car, and I'm like looking at this prison bus in front of me, and I was like, the back door's unlocked. And there's people in it. And so I just started laughing. I pulled my phone out and filmed it, and you can hear my daughter laughing in it, whatever. And I just did like a little like, everything's fine.
We're going to be fine.
Yeah. And I just posted it, didn't even think about it. We were doing our thing, and like got back in the truck later. I was like, damn, like 10,000 views. That's crazy. By the time we got home, it was like 100,000 views. I'm like, what's going on here? And then it hit 1 million and 2 million. And I don't even know where that one ended up going, but it's like 11 or 12 million.
Were you getting followers a lot as it was going up?
Yeah, that was the first thing that like actually pushed me at all.
Yeah.
And I went from having like nothing to like 10 or 11,000.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap. And then I had a stand-up clip go viral, which was fun to actually have something that I'm really trying to do. Actually trying to do go viral, and then the reaction stuff. So
I think it's that rush of dopamine, man. Like whenever you have a video go viral, it makes you keep chasing that like rush.
Yeah.
Like I remember when we first started doing video episodes, because we did 50 episodes audio only, which is, if you're ever starting a podcast, the stupidest thing you can ever do. And it took us 50 episodes to realize it. But our first
all right,
guest,
let me write that down. That's
He's doing
Are
that
you
right
audio
now.
only?
No, well,
Okay.
we film everything, but we don't do anything with the footage. We just post the audio.
Well, for us, it was so tough because like we would try to make social clips, but it would be just like a picture of the fucking eventually what we
The
did
little
is
audio sound.
Yeah, literally. Like it was just like the sound waves. And then what we started doing was like we would set up an iPhone, and it would an iPhone doesn't record for the whole length of a podcast. So you
Right.
kind of have to like keep hitting record and like hopefully catch something. But it's like an iPhone clip, and like, you know, it just doesn't hit the same as like a real like, you know, podcast clip on social media. But it was funny, like our first guest that we had when we did our first visual episode, he said something that we didn't even think was that funny, but then it got 750,000.
Damn.
And it was just like in one day. And that was like our third clip.
And we had
ever
just
posted.
started posting.
Yeah, like our third like
Like,
real
this is easy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're gonna be so
Literally.
famous.
We thought by this point, dude, we'd be like, you know, this is a full-time gig, you know, we're
Listen,
like,
go buy the boat.
yeah,
Right.
It's gonna be. We're good.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this is easy. I don't know what everybody's complaining about.
Yeah, it was. So that was kind of like our first little taste of it, and then we went. We went like a year before seeing numbers like that again, and it just fucking kills you, man, because you're chasing that like rush.
Yeah.
Where once you make the clip and it starts doing numbers, you're like, your hands off.
Yeah.
You don't even have to respond to comments anymore. You know what I mean? Like
Well, you
can
almost
just go-
can't when something's really
yeah.
going off. There's like I'll open my phone and it's like 600 comments last night. You're like, I'm
Yeah.
not
You're not gonna
responding
go
all-
through that, yeah.
Sometimes I will. I'm taking a nice shit, like a real good one, like feet fell asleep one.
For
You're like going
hours.
through like responding all those,
Gotta
like,
stretch your legs out on the shitter.
which one of you guys am I talking to usually when I'm messaging your account?
Me. Yeah.
You, dude, we
On
have
the shitter?
We have a lot of shit talk, dude.
Oh, for sure. Dude, especially like if you hit me up like later in the evening, because lately I've been going to bed so early.
Yeah.
So like when I wake up first thing in the morning, dude, that's where I go out through all my notifications. That's my morning paper.
Yeah,
Shit
yeah,
on the shit.
yeah, it is.
Literally.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude, let's jump into like your career, like the early days of like comedy and stuff. Like when did you start doing this, man?
I've been doing stand up for almost 5 years now. So I'm still kind of a comedy baby, really. Like you're not really, I don't think you're really like fully solidified until you've been doing like 10 years. So, but I had a bit of a head start. My dad was a comedian. And so throughout the 90s, I was watching him perform and like looking up to him. And then he was writing material at the house and we're like bouncing ideas off of each other and hanging out. And so like I kind of understood how it works and what it takes to write stand up as opposed to just being a funny guy hanging out and that kind of thing. So,
Were you the funny guy hanging out?
oh yeah, I was
Okay.
total class clown and like always making my friends laugh and all that kind of stuff. Like, nonstop. But I played in a band when I was younger, so I was really comfortable on stage. So like a lot of the stuff that people have to takes years to develop. Like I kind of already had that. I was a youth pastor for a little while, so I was on stage like every week in and week out preaching. So
Amen.
like used to be in front of a crowd holding a microphone, understood like joke structure and how to write material, and then was an entertainer for years. So
It helps when it comes kind of natural. Like when you're already like the class clown, like there's a ton of guys growing up, man, where I was like, you could totally be a fucking comedian, but they don't have like the stage presence or they're not comfortable like behind a microphone, like we've had people where they're hilarious on Instagram, but then they come in the comedy and we got to like restart it a couple times because they're like not comfortable. And
it does with people.
It does make sense. Like it's comedy, which I've, over time kind of gotten like more and more familiar with like comedy podcasts and like watching stand up and stuff. It's an art, bro. And there's like so many aspects to it. You don't just get up there and be funny. You know?
It takes to be consistently funny.
Do you watch Kill Tony?
Sometimes.
Okay, so the funniest thing about Kill Tony is like a lot of guys will go up there and the joke is hilarious, but their cadence is so fucking bad.
Right.
Or they're like nervous, especially with the platform that Kill Tony has now.
Yeah.
Where like they'll get up there and like you can tell this fucker's nervous. And
You've got like 1,000 people in front of you. You've never done this before. Like, what are you doing?
And then 10 million that are going to see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's funny because the way that like Tony doesn't hold back, so if they go up there and they bomb, like Tony lets them have it. I think that the comedians going up there kind of know that too. They're like, they get even more nervous because they're like, oh, I'm about to get roasted like a motherfucker.
Oh, dude. And that format is, it's almost impossible to be successful in. Like, that's why you see so many like these characters coming out on Kill Tony. It's like, you got Casey Rocket or like,
Is that the redheaded dude?
yeah.
Did you see his crash out recently?
No.
He was
Oh, you're
opening-
thinking about, no, he's
The one
thinking
who
about,
screams.
Yeah, he's thinking about the redheaded machine or whatever. William Montgomery.
Is that? Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh my gosh, he screams all the time, and he opened for somebody recently, and everybody booed him because he's not funny. He's he was funny on Kill Tony. That's it.
Yeah.
And so the crowd hated him, and he started screaming on stage. He crashed out so bad.
Oh,
It's
that's rough.
hilarious.
Yeah, like called some girl a bitch in the crowd, and then everyone
that's
didn't
it?
like
I
that.
usually
No.
Oh, no,
It
it
was-
got, it got way
cunt.
worse.
I call him
It was
cunts.
emotional. Like he was
Skip all the
falling
prelims.
apart.
Yeah, listen, cunt. We're just gonna go right to the finish line here.
See, if he would have done that, he could have saved himself because that's what a comedian like would do. Like you overstepped them.
Yeah.
They were taking him over. Like he was getting booed off stage. It was
Here's
bad.
what's funny about William Montgomery though, and I saw the crash out, and I think that was like completely absurd. He kind of ruined his career with that. But like the funny thing was about him is he'd go on Kill Tony and he'd have a piece of paper. He was like the only one that would go up there and be like a fucking like note card, dude. And he'd go up there and he'd just be reading them, and then he'd be like flipping through them like with each joke, and it was so corny and like. It worked.
awkward work.
His
it
thing
like
was that
awkward,
he screamed it. Like he would scream randomly, and then if they don't laugh, he would scream so loud at them that makes them laugh. So like that's his comedy.
So it's like a gimmick.
Yeah.
That stuff is, I mean, it's fine for a format like Kill Tony because you only have to be entertaining for a minute,
If that, yeah.
and then you got to get through your conversation. But if you're charging tickets or you're in charge, like you're accountable for like minimum 15, 20 minutes on a stage. It's a long time to do something that's like a
Oh, for
gimmick.
sure.
Yeah.
So, but that format is so different.
How do you think you would do on Kill Tony?
bomb.
Really?
I would bomb. And I know why. I can guarantee it. I did a comedy contest in Houston a couple months ago, and it was Kill Tony format, right? There's judges on stage. You get 1 minute. And I was like, dude, I don't have a minute long joke. Like I have chunks.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to talk about my family for 15 minutes, you know, like, and there's like every joke, there's a setup, and then I'm taking you on a journey, and there's punchlines, and it's like, I don't have anything that's like a minute long, you know? So I was like all day, I was like, all right, man, shit, I got invited to do this thing. Like, I don't want to show up and be like to completely eat a dick up there. Yeah. So I'm like going through all my material, and I'm like, okay, I've got this joke that I think I can trim it down to like a minute. I'm gonna have to cut this chunk out of it. And I kind of had it worked out. I was like timing it out. I was like, all right, cool, I got this. Dude, I did that joke in like 33 seconds.
Damn it. Do you think because in the moment you're trying to like rush through it?
Yeah, dude, because if I don't get to the final pin, like the punchline, like it's like, what were you talking about?
Saying?
Yeah. And so I was like, and I looked up, and there's a big clock, and I was like, wow, shit. I got like a... what do you do for a living there, buddy?
Start doing crowd work.
Yeah, it was so
Did
bad.
they laugh?
I did the joke, and I got some laughs through the joke, but my cadence, my timing is so important.
Yeah.
And I just like blew through it all. And then I don't even remember what I said. Cause it just like, I kind of was like, fuck, dude, I blew it. And my buddy Alex was there, and I was like, I said something, I just kind of riffed for a second. And I got a laugh off of that, and I got off stage, and he's like, dude, when you forgot about the contest and just were yourself, he's like, you did better.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
So, but that format of like be funny in 1 minute, like I did not make it past the first round, and I was like seeing people go through, and I was like, that guy's not that funny. This guy I would never pay a ticket to see him for an hour.
Yeah.
But they were making it through the show.
I feel like that format would be better for like a class clown type person.
Maybe.
Like not somebody who tells jokes on stage. Because,
or if you're like a jokey joke
like,
guy. Like,
right.
There's like quick little misdirect jokes, you know, or like characters. Like you come out and you're like Jimmy No Breaks or whatever, or you know, you're Casey Rocket or
the guy with the rocks.
The guy, Cam Patterson killed.
Yeah.
Dude, he's hilarious.
He's a genius though. Like I did an open mic with him like 5 years ago down in Orlando, and I was just getting started, and I had no idea who he was. And dude, he came in and just he started going off at this mic, and I was in stitches. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And he was just white t-shirt, slides. Like I was like, is this guy for real? Is he just clowning? Like I didn't know that he was that funny all the time. I thought he was just a guy having like a great night.
Yeah.
And then it's like shortly after that, he did the I'm not retarded, but I like rocks. I was
Yeah.
like, damn. And my friend Joe, him and Cam are really close. And I asked him, I was like, you know, what was the deal with that? He goes, yeah, that was a whole bit. He wrote it. He knew that they were going to ask him questions. He threw rocks in his pocket. He's like, this will be great, man. When he asked me, he's calculated.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You know, just
So he doesn't actually like rocks?
I don't know. I don't know what his long-term relationship is with rocks, but I'm sure he loves them now.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I guarantee that fucker's walking around with a rock in his pocket, man.
I would. I'd be
Shit, probably a couple
He was
different
selling
times.
them at merch. He had
That's so
No
yeah.
way.
It's like a constant bit. Just always have a
he
rock
was
in your
selling
pocket.
rocks. He
you're
would
good.
sign them and sell them.
Well, that's the funny thing is like you never know what's going to blow up, right?
Right.
Oh,
Especially like with the social media thing. Like you could do that joke on social media or on Kill Tony, but like even if they laugh at it super hard, you don't know that it's going to blow up on social media. Like,
Right.
and there's been a ton of guys like I'm not gonna lie. When I first started watching Kill Tony, I thought Hans Kim was the funniest guy alive, man.
Yeah.
And he is. He's good. But then you see him so many times, you can tell he starts to run out of jokes and he like loses that steam a little bit. You know,
It's hard because they want to produce a new minute every single show, and those guys that they get that golden ticket, they just keep coming back. I mean, a minute doesn't seem like that much, but you got to write a minute that's going to impress everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like every week. You know.
yeah, I did like when David Lucas was on there too, bro, because him and Tony would just roast each other.
Yeah.
And like the roast thing, I don't love like the Tom Brady roast and stuff like that. It's funny, but it's just not my type of comedy. But when they would roast each other, man, it is so fucking funny,
Yeah.
dude. That was like what I loved. And speaking of which, you would roast people on the street. Who were you
Yeah,
with
on
when
the
you
side
did
of the
that?
road.
That was Alex Sanders. We were just talking today. Our plan to get back out and film more of those because
That shit is funny, bro.
we have a good time with that. That's
How did that concept come about?
Sanders. Dude, all the best ideas come from him. Not me. He's like my best comedy friend, man. And he's a genius. But yeah, we were just sitting around talking. We write sketches together and stuff. And he was like, man, I think we can just like set up on the street corner with a sign that says roast me and let's just film it and just get clips out of it. And I really love doing crowd work. And the way I roast people on the street is very similar to how I do crowd work.
Okay.
Like I'll just pick somebody out and be like, dude, what's the story with, just start like kind of like poking. And so on the street, that works really well because you can just like let it roll. And I might talk to a guy for like 5 or 10 minutes and like, I'm going to cut out all the little like, the little zingers. And so if you watch it, it's like, damn, dude, you were frying that guy. And sometimes it does happen really fast like that. Like the first time we did it, we just set up in Atlantic Beach. And we're just like, we'll just see what happens. And everybody was like, is this a podcast? I'm like, no, grab that sign right there. What's this? Dude, by the time they held it up, I was like, all right, I got something for you.
Yeah.
And like, and I like to just like rapid fire, like you look like this, you look like this, you look like this. And then Sanders will sit back and just like wait. And when I run out of steam, he's like got something in the back of his head.
He's been thinking about
it.
Yeah.
He tends to be like a little more like, there's like a little fire on his, like a little pepper, like I can see when he roasts people, they're like, ow. Like that actually kind of hurt a little bit.
You can tell
You're Sanders and I'm Scott.
Yeah.
Literally, that's like,
I'm sitting here thinking about it the whole time, and it's going to be a deep one or it's going to hurt.
Yeah,
he's got 3 questions every episode, but they're all the best questions.
They're all
like
social clips. You're going to it's going to be good.
Nice. I'm going to come in with some deep wisdom and hit it. Like,
yeah, it's that concept, that format, bro, is genius. And you guys obviously choose a great spot to do it. Like any of those beach bar areas, like you got people just strolling around, all types of characters and shit. How hard is it for you to get someone to actually pick up the sign?
Not hard.
Oh, really?
Not hard. Yeah. The hardest thing, none of it's hard. It's pretty much just sitting around
talking shit.
Yeah. But the thing that we have to overcome a lot is people will grab the sign and then start roasting us. And I'm like, dude, funny. I'm not holding the sign. And like
it says roast me.
Yeah. And so like I'll roast somebody and then they'll like throw one back. Like people want to go back and forth with it. And so that's kind of fun, but it
you should put a mic out there.
We started micing them too.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I just put a little road mic. We'll have a tent because you don't see it, but we're sitting under a tent most of the time because it's you're just sitting out in the sun all day long or whatever. But yeah, sometimes there's some good ones. You're like, oh damn, that's pretty good.
I didn't know that about myself.
Yeah, that's
well, they kind of go in defense mode probably, right? Like you start throwing 3 or 4 roasts at them, and they're like, all right, motherfucker,
you gotta come back
like yeah, exactly, you got to defend yourself.
There's usually like the best is when there's like a group of people walking by and they're like, roast my dad or roast my boyfriend or whatever, and then you're good because like the harder you hit them, like that whole group is gonna love it. And then you get this whole reaction happening from them, and
then you're getting
that's
fed.
like blood in the water for me.
Yeah.
Like if I roast somebody and then the group is laughing, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna dig deeper.
Have you actually have you ever had someone get butthurt from it?
We had one chick. She didn't get butthurt, but she was real nervous. So she worked at Lynch's, and I didn't know that. But this chick walked in, and I was like, you look like you do blow in a Lynch's bathroom. And she was like, and I roasted her a bunch. And then afterwards, she was like, hey, can you not put that thing about Lynch's in there? Like, I actually worked there. I was like, oh shit, I didn't. So like, there's been a couple times, or like we roasted this one chick and they were like having the greatest time. And then they walked back up to us later. And they were like, she actually has a corporate job. You're not going to post this, are you? I'm like, yeah, we're 100% going to. You're in a public space holding a sign that says, yeah, this is 100. It's probably already online.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And so, like, we've had some people that kind of like go back on it. Maybe they felt stupid afterwards that didn't want to do it. But anytime that happens, we're gracious about it. Like, I'm not going to ruin your day.
Right. For sure.
I'm not going to ruin your life. Unless it's like, dude, this is a viral one.
Yeah.
But unless it's something crazy like that, we're cool with it.
For me, I always give the guest the fair opportunity. Like, we're going to record this and it's going to be a week before it gets posted. Yeah. And so I always give the guest the fair opportunity. Like, hey, if you guys want anything deleted out of that episode or you went too far with something, let me know within the next week, because we did have a guest where he came on and shared. He just overshared like a motherfucker.
Oh,
dude.
no.
He was
all his jail stories.
He was in jail with a very famous person and like talked about.
Honestly, you guys are like, dude, this is awesome.
Well, yeah. Oh, 100%. Dude, we're like eating this shit up.
I wasn't. I was sitting here. I thought he was bullshitting the whole time.
He did too, but I milked it because I'm like, if you're gonna bullshit, then like we're gonna at least get the content out of
ring it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like keep bullshitting, bro. You know, it fucks your life up, not ours.
Right, we're good.
Yeah, and so, but it was funny. Like, I asked him. I was like, at that point, that was very early on to us doing the podcast, and we were like, if you want anything deleted or anything like that, like, let me know beforehand. Just like I told you before we start recording, anything you guys say, just know it can always be cut out before we post. But once it's posted, it's out there.
It's there.
And we had a clip, dude, like it did probably close to 1 million views. And it's just him talking about jail stories with this famous person. And then he pretty much reaches out to us and is like,
wanted the whole episode gone.
Basically wanted everything gone and was like, just to let y'all know, like a lot of that wasn't even real. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, is that
no.
our fucking job to like fact check
no.
you throughout the episode? You
Yeah,
know, like
dude.
that's you, bro. It's still up there if you guys want to go see it.
Yeah,
I thought
go check it
I
out.
thought he'd go drop the episode number, but go find the one where we talk about jail the entire
We
time.
had a guy. We were doing a podcast one time, and so our little studio is in the back of my wife and I. We own a bar called the Palms Pantry.
Okay.
And it's just a beer and wine bar, and we have our studio in the back of that. And I just had an idea one day. We were recording. I was like, I'm gonna just go get people from the bar, and just see. Let's just sit down, let's talk. You know. And so like I would just go grab somebody. I'm like, hey, we got a guy here that's like a retired Navy admiral. Let's bring him in. We talked to him for a minute, and then. And I was like, I'm gonna go get this other guy. He's like a neuroscientist. Like we have like the coolest people that come into our bar, you know. And then there's this one guy. He's just kind of like, I love him, but a lot of his stories are just like
bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he came in. He started talking all this stuff, and I was like, I'm not gonna mention the stuff that he said because he would know that.
You'll know, yeah.
But the whole time he's talking, we're just like, this guy. Is he buying his own bullshit right now? Like, does he know that this could go out into the world? Actually, I don't think this will. He was talking. Never mind. I'll tell you guys.
Yeah, tell us off air.
I'll tell you off air. It was so ridiculous. Like I can't even say it with a straight face. And he's like full selling this to us. Like, yeah, you know, like, really, bud? This is crazy. Like, this thing's on, man. Like, what are you doing?
We've had that a couple times where like, you know, sometimes they're not telling a straight up lie, but they're just like stretching the truth a bunch and like kind of lying about details and like little numbers and stuff. And we're like,
this ain't a
dude,
date,
there's no
dude.
fucking way. Yeah, exactly. Like, who are you trying to impress?
And
here,
you can read
know?
me like a book. Like
Yeah,
if I know you're bullshitting, I'm not gonna hide it. Like,
Oh, he'll call you out mid episode.
Yeah,
he'll be
perfect.
like,
Yeah, make it real weird.
he'll make him pull out receipts like mid episode.
Yeah, like, prove that. Let me see that selfie.
Come on.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. There's like all different types of characters. I like how you mentioned the bar thing because it's like, how many times have you been like sitting at a bar with somebody and you start talking to them and you're
Crazy
like, yeah, they're like the
stories.
craziest dude ever.
Is anybody else here in this?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy that I'm referring to, he's kind of renowned for that. It's
But
like,
sometimes those are the best podcast guests to have, bro. Just because
Dude.
like you'll get those social clips. Like you just need those 3 or 4 social clips that are going to do stupid numbers.
well, that's what I was saying. That's basically we film ours and just cut a clip out of it if we have one. We have that moment that's real funny or whatever.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
but we're not posting the full episodes anywhere like we need to. Like
What's your podcast called? Let's plug it.
the Alex and Scott Show.
Oh hell yeah!
It sounds right. Like
Yeah.
it sounds
Just me and 2 Alexes. So Alex and Scott Show.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
it was originally it was Alex and Scott Show. It was just me and Alex Sanders.
The acronym is ASS. It's
Yeah,
so
ass.
funny.
Yeah, our logo's a donkey, and but yeah, it was just the 2 of us for a while, and then we kept having Fitzjohn as the other Alex. I'd call him Sanders and Fitz now to keep them separate, but we had Fitz on just because he's a comic and a friend of ours, and like it was like, dude, that episode was so fun, and we did another one. I was like, damn, dude, like. Why don't we just do this? And so like we all talk.
sounds like a bromance.
Yeah,
Why don't we
now
just
Fitz
do
is just
this?
a permanent part of it. You know,
Hell
so
yeah.
we run River City Comedy together as well. I gave you some stickers when I came in, but
I got some stickers.
and so we're constantly the reason when Alex and I started doing the podcast anyways, we would get together, hanging out, and then like 3 hours go by and we laughed and talked. You know, we'll talk about family, comedy, like everything, sports, you name it.
Yeah.
And then we're like, all right, dude, see you later. And it's like every time we get together, we talk like a bunch of chicks, like just won't shut up. I was like, we should probably just turn the microphones on and do a podcast. And we love Matt and Shane's secret podcast. It's
Oh
like
my god, the best.
it's
Dude.
my favorite.
The
It's just
fucking best.
a hang full of idiots, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and so basically, like we have these nice microphones and we got the board and stuff, but we just run like regular comic mics out of them and just hold like we just talk like we're on stage, just like talking shit to each other. And
Yeah. It's good reps though. That's the thing. Is like doing something like that where, you know, when Joey first joined the podcast, like I was doing like 50 episodes solo. And I was like, I need to have a co-host. But
you're
I
just
couldn't pick-
talking into the void about
No. I'd have guests on, but it was just like me. I was the one
talking to a wall.
like,
dude.
you know what I was thinking today? Like,
Theo
oh,
does
shit.
that really well, dude. Theo does that really well,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
I mean,
Theo's hilarious.
he is true.
It's a
That's the one
podcast.
part I'm missing.
Yeah, I think it's called a manifesto if you have a gun. It's just like, I don't know. It's
Well,
wild.
what's funny is I was trying to pick a co-host, and there was a couple guys I had in mind because they did podcasting, but low key, like I didn't even really know them that well, and I was like, I have to have my best friend do it. I was like, there's no other fucking way. He did not want to do it, bro. I had to beg his ass to fucking join.
And
the pod.
you've known each other since kindergarten?
Yeah,
How long have
I've known him.
him and Joey
Yeah.
since kindergarten, and then we all used to work.
Top golf.
I mean, I've known you for a hot minute. more longer than Joey. But then
We've known each other at Adventure Landing. We hated each other at Adventure Landing.
yeah, when we first met, we fucking hate each other.
Really?
It was like an alpha thing.
The best, two fucking studs walking over.
fucking-
You're gonna lock horns.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, 100%.
He had all the fine bitches. I had the rest of them. I was like, okay, I need some of those. He needed
I had
some
the
of
fine
mine.
ones, he had the ugly ones.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding. But no, it was
Take
just,
time off of filling them buffalo tags to come hang out and help me fix this golf cart right here. You got screaming kids everywhere, you asshole.
Oh my god, dude! It was funny though. Like the first couple episodes we started doing, like he caught on so quick. Like it was just like a natural hang. It was just like two homies just fucking kicking it,
That's
and
the
like
key.
that is the key. It's like finding like that. Because I mean, there'd be so many times where like before I was even doing the pod, we would all just chill, dude, smoke a little bit of weed, and just be like,
Whoa,
it
don't
could be a
say
hang.
that.
Oh,
That was back in the day, bro. I'm talking about
That's
like
not now.
2017,
That's
2016,
just
dude.
kids.
Dude,
Old
we would
stuff.
never smoke weed. Ew. What the fuck? Weed?
that's crazy.
Ew, that's a devil's lettuce.
I almost threw up when you said it. That's why I was like, don't say
yeah,
that.
no facts.
Yeah. If anybody has any, give it to me. I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, please
I
throw
have some over there. You can have it.
Yeah, throw mine away.
I'll
Are you
get rid of it
serious?
for
I've
you.
been trying to find anyone that can toss this shit for me. But I want to speak on, because I know you mentioned you guys do River City Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like the status of like comedy in Jax is right now, bro? Because I feel like aspects of it are growing, but I mean, there was one point where like you couldn't even find like a comedy club to go to. Like there was one in Mayport for a hot minute, but like, I mean, I haven't heard of like any people lately. I have lately.
There's
I've
the
seen-
comedy club by Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Comedy Zone.
Comedy Zone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the Ramada Inn.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Well, Lil Duval is it really in the Ramada Inn?
It is.
That's so funny. I
It's
had no
kind of
idea.
cool though. It's a little room. It's a tiny stage. It's such.
You've been in there?
Yeah.
I've never been in there. I've only seen people like post clips from there and shit. But for the longest time, dude, like Lil Duval was the only guy I knew that was like a comedian from Jax.
Yeah.
You know? But like now, like you start to see a ton of guys popping up.
Yeah, I think it's the scenes. I mean, there's a lot of comics. I mean, Jacksonville's just an interesting market because the city's so spread out, so it's hard to get any one area or one room really going, you know? So the Comedy Zone in and of itself for me, it's been like a bittersweet thing. Like I said, my dad was a comic and I used to watch him perform there. And so I always wanted to get on that stage, but for a long time, there was really only one path to getting on that stage. You had to be either a touring pro that had an agent and all that stuff, or you had to do their comedy workshop. It was like 8 Saturdays in a row. And it's like, dude, I'm out here doing shows all over. I'm not doing the comedy workshop. I got kids, man. I'm not giving you all my Saturdays. So I was bummed. Like, I'll never get on that stage. And then we started doing the Best of Jack show. So we host, River City Comedy hosts a show in Comedy Zone once a week. And so it's given a lot of comics an opportunity to get on that stage that otherwise would never have that opportunity. So that's been pretty cool. But then like the scene in general, I feel like there has not been a clear path to going from open mic to professional comedian. Whereas in a lot of cities, there's a thriving comedy club. You start doing open mics, you get booked on shows, and then you work the door, you get to host at the comedy club, then you get maybe seen by a headliner that takes you out on the road. And in Jacksonville, that reality just doesn't really exist because of that bottleneck at the Comedy Zone, which is our only real club. And so I think the comedy scene in general is a bit of a struggle here, but that's why we started River City Comedy. Me and Alex were like, dude, if nobody else is going to produce shows and make this city cohesive and have a lot going on, we're going to have to do it ourselves.
Right.
So let's start making the shows that we want to be a part of and running them well and organizing them and marketing them and promoting them and all that. And so I think, we run 7 different rooms. So there's a show going on every week, somewhere in Jacksonville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is there that many comedians in Jax?
There's a lot.
Really?
There's a lot. There's a little bit of like West Side, East Side, kind of like
Yeah.
There's there's all of Riverside, and it's real hipstery.
For sure.
They don't
Different vibes.
They don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
They don't fuck with me. It's so funny.
I got
You don't like your dually coming down the road?
I bet.
I got a lot of love in my heart for them.
I bet saying cunt at the front of this episode really made them love it too.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of libtards. They're not fucking with me.
You pull up in your big ass dually, fucking blowing smoke. They don't like me.
Anywhere I can park his old cheese
You got a
wagon.
space big enough for this bitch?
Maybe I can just kick his Prius out the way. That's yeah. Actually, I'm performing at Brew and Barrel tomorrow night.
Nice.
And I typically don't do that well on that side of the city.
Do you kind of change the jokes though to reflect the
It's too
environment?
late to write new ones, man. These are the jokes.
You get what you get.
Yeah, these are the ones I practice, brother.
I think I want to go.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I do kind of tailor a little bit. I did a show at Buckner's, and early on, they were not liking me. They were definitely liking the hipsters and the women, and so I got up, and I'm supposed to be doing like 25 minutes or whatever, and I'm like, this is a bit of a struggle right now, you know. But if you've been doing it long enough, you can go, all right, well, they're not liking the marriage stuff, so maybe I'll talk about, like, I don't know, I'll talk about the homeless, or like maybe I'll talk about my gay nephew, or
gay marriage, or
gay
like
marriage,
trans.
Yeah, you guys like cutting off dicks, do you? Well, I got some jokes for you. So, so you kind of like you kind of go, all right, well, then maybe I'll try this chunk about like just rednecks.
Your gay nephew.
Yeah, gay nephew or whatever, and then so you kind of figure out what the audience likes, and then if you've been doing it long enough, you'll have some material on that. But I also really like crowd work, so that night it was kind of like going rough, and I was kind of like trying a couple different things, and then I got into this crowd work deal with a guy, and it, like for like 10, 12 minutes, I just freaking went off on him.
Yeah,
is that like gold for a comedian when you can kind of like find a member of the audience that you can kind of do crowd work on and just like not kill time, but like essentially you're trying to get to your 25 minutes. If you feel like you're bombing, like you find that right person, or when you first get on stage, are you kind of eyeballing someone in the crowd? Like, okay, I'm definitely coming to you.
I'm watching that crowd long before I get on the stage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm scanning the room. I'm looking for something weird. I'm like, all right, I'm going to, like, I did this show down in Daytona or where was it? Like, yeah, this is years ago. And it was a comedy contest. It was like a festival thing. It wasn't a contest. It was a festival. And I was like late in the night, and this place had like crazy taxidermy everywhere. And there was like a panda bear's ass just sticking out of the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm like comic after comic after comic. I'm like, nobody's gonna talk about that. Like not. So I'm like looking around the room, going, all right, this is kind of cool, And so then I got up and started riffing about that, and I was like, this looks just like the cabin that I used to get molested by my uncle in, and like I was just throwing stuff out there, like what I'm talking about, right, dude? And like just bringing people into it. But yeah, I started scanning the room way before I get.
Is that like? Do you hate whenever a comedian goes before you and they kind of use something that you're trying to use?
Yeah, Joe Sensabella. You fuck.
You fuck.
I'm on a show with Joe at a place called the Milk District in Orlando, and there's like 4 dudes in the front, and they all have their hats backwards. They're all kind of dressed the same. I was like, I'm about to dice these fools up. He goes on one comic before me. He's like, what the fuck's with all the hats right here? He starts going. I was like, no. I was locked and loaded for these guys.
How does it feel whenever someone almost steals like maybe not crowd work, but like they are doing a piece of content that's or like they're doing a joke that's basically exactly like what you're going to do? Does that happen a lot as well?
No. I've had a comic with the same punchline.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, but we got to it totally different ways.
True.
Like, so the punchline is like, in this punchline, in this particular joke, I'm sucking a man's dick. So
okay, all right,
starting off good.
We got here.
They love it down in there in the Riverside.
I'm at Lower.
So tell me more about the foreskin you playing. So
5 Boys will eat that shit up, bro.
Yeah. So my,
all right, dick's in your mouth. What happened?
So he had the same joke. It ends up going like, so I'm sucking his dick, and his was the exact same, but with like the path to get there is totally different. It's actually Joe again. Matter of fact, bastard.
God damn it, Joe.
This years ago, and I was like, and I sent my joke to him. He goes, "Dang, that's crazy." And I was like, "We didn't care though. I mean, it's like a different joke,
That is funny.
We just happened to get to the same punchline. Which, dude, sucking a dick. That's not everybody. Everybody comes
path
up with
was
exactly.
more gay.
So mine the joke was that my friend had come out during Pride Month, and it was like it blew me away because he's like, tough guy, wears boots, like masculine guy.
You think I'm tough?
Yeah, it's like I've known this dude about my whole life, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I got to tell you something, I'm gay, and I was like, what? He's like, no, I am. I was like, shit, I got to like get to know this guy again, like you're like one of my best friends, like what are you into? Like, do you want to go to Bed Bath and Beyond, like smell a candle or something? Like, touch a towel? Like, I don't know. What do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to repaint my daughter's bedroom, you know? Like, do you want to queer eye this thing with me? Like, what are you into? You know, like, I couldn't figure him out, you know?
You're gay now.
Yeah, like, I couldn't understand. So I'm like, I'm sucking his dick. I'm like, is he liking this? Is he having, are you enjoying this?
Is it hard? Are you?
Yeah, so that's the joke, you know? So,
Oh my God.
I don't even do that joke anymore. I haven't done that joke in forever, but, you know.
Maybe bring
So
it
do you
back.
retire jokes after a certain period of time?
I
Like,
just kind of get over them.
Yeah.
You know, you tell a joke, you tell it to you, like, you write a joke, you go and work it out. So there might be like, sometimes you might need to rephrase it or shorten it or add something or take something away. And then you finally get it where it works. Then you're trying it at shows. So you like, I'll do this over here. I'll do it over there. And then like, once a joke works in like 99% of the rooms you tried in, it's like, cool, this can make it into my set permanently. And then you kind of start like structuring like what your hour or half hour or whatever it is going to look like. But then like over time, you're like, dude, I'm just tired of telling that joke. And then you've written so much more stuff. So like my joke, like my stuff is like a conveyor belt. Like I'm always writing new stuff. And like every now and then a joke will just fall off the back.
yeah.
You know?
How long of a set do you think you could do right now? Like, could you do a full hour?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Actually, I've never done a complete hour. I've done like 45s and stuff, but
That's still long, man. That's a long period of time.
but
to be
that's
telling
me
jokes.
like just knowing that that's how much time I had to do. Like if I took my bank of material and said, all right, I'm responsible for an hour. I'm going to open with this stuff. I'm going to transition to that stuff. And then I would just write out an hour's worth of material. And
How hard is it to memorize like all of that material beforehand? Like, or I guess while you're on stage, like, is it hard to kind of remember like, okay, this is where I'm at?
Because you write it out a certain way.
I write my set lists. I just break them down to like one word. And then like,
Do you pull out your phone ever?
no,
Okay.
that's hack.
That's good.
Well, there's like, because some guys, like, you'll watch a comedy special on Netflix or something, and
They got a notebook.
it's like crazy. They'll make the stories like kind of like merge into each other, and there's like 15 different jokes in each story,
Yeah.
but they like flow so perfectly. Like you couldn't even tell that they're like switching topics really until they're halfway into it.
Totally. So like, and you should like, so like I'll start talking about my wife, and then I'll tell a story about my kids, and then it'll bring me back to my wife, and then I'll be like, oh, you know what, my nephew, and then like, oh yeah, but that's because, and it's like you kind of weave it together, and so if you can like kind of call things back and make things flow and transition well, but like here's a set list: couch, pumpernickel, cold, track star, cousin's truck, whales, birds, drugs, nephew, tension.
Nephew's always in there.
That's 25 minutes.
That's funny.
So, because I know, like, when I start talking about the couch, I'm going to start talking about the couch. I'm going to start talking about,
Pumpernickel.
yeah.
What's pumpernickel? What the fuck is that?
That's a flavor, isn't it?
Is it?
That's a joke about, see, I don't even get on here and do all my material.
Yeah. No, don't spell it through. Give us what's that?
Pumpernickel?
Jesus.
I think you got frankincense and myrrh. Yeah,
Yeah,
very close
yeah,
to pumpernickel. It's in and out of season. That myrrh. Yeah. The wise men get
Like
there and they're
Jesus,
like,
like Jesus.
That was
Yeah,
a
I
good
was-
pull, Hayden. I like that.
I was going through my pantry and I was out of pumpernickel. I just had to bring you this myrrh.
That is so funny.
How
So-
do you handle hecklers?
You don't necessarily ever want a heckler.
Really?
'Cause there's a huge difference between crowd work and hecklers. A heckler is a problem. You know, it's like a personality defect. You know, like it's like there's
Got issues.
yeah, it's like there's one in every crowd, and they think that what they have to say is important, and usually they've got like one thing locked and loaded, and like, ooh, I'm about to drop a boom, and then they say their one thing, and you're like, I do this.
Right.
It's like, you ready for this? Yeah. Like, I don't think you brought a squirt gun, dude. Like this is so. But the key to that is like handling them in such a way that you bring the room together in agreement that one person sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then making sure that one person understands that you're actually in complete control of the room and that they just can't win. So it's like, be quiet.
Yeah.
And then if you just get somebody like, there's Jake Adams is a comedian. He's part of Country Club Adjacent. And I did a show with him when I was first getting started, and he handled somebody, or we were talking about handling. I can't remember; it's been so long now. But he had a phrase that I've used 100 times since then. Is like somebody's just being a problem. You're like, hey, in the interest of everybody who paid money to have a good time tonight, I need you to relax and let me take care of the show. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you don't understand at that point,
You're belligerent.
yeah. And then it's like if they don't go peacefully on that, it's like you guys want to fuck them up? Like,
Turn the whole crowd on them.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, you've seen like people like there's a ton of shows where that happens. Like a heckler gets butthurt about a certain joke or something, and they actually have the balls to stand up.
What was the one where it was like, oh my gosh, she was crying walking away, and he was like, okay, Kamala.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
What do you think I'm going to say to myself that I haven't said 6 inches from the mirror?
Right. It was so hilarious.
But that's the thing that sucks about that, and because you've seen that clip, and just like I was like, oh, I don't want to burn all my material in here. I told that one joke that I don't ever even do anymore, but because I didn't care, it's burned. Yeah. But if you're a comic and you're writing material, if I post all my jokes and then you paid a ticket to come see me and you're like, dude, you've heard this.
Yeah.
Right? So people started posting all their crowd work clips or heckle clips because it gets a lot of attention. It shows you on stage as a comedian, but you don't burn any material, but you have something to post. Well, as a comic, like that's a great strategy. But if you're just a consumer of comedy, you're on your phone all day, you think that you're supposed to be a part of the show. Like as an audience member, like, oh, this is the part where I talk to that guy.
Right.
And so it's created it's created a bit of a culture where I think people maybe feel like they're supposed to be more of a part of the show than just enjoying the show.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah.
It's created that's been bad, which that's part of our thought behind the roasting stuff. It's like we can sit here and roast and it's comedic. We're not dealing with a heckler. So we're not training people to do the wrong thing in a crowd. I'm being funny, but I'm not having to write a script and shoot a video and edit it and all that stuff. I'm just being a comedian
natural.
sitting on the street. Yeah. So it was a way to kind of get around just getting hecklers. So, dude, people heckle. I almost got in this fight with this guy down in Sunshine City. Did you guys ever see that one?
No.
If you scroll down far enough, this guy he stormed the stage. He tried to fight.
No way.
Yeah. And
what were you saying? What pissed him off?
So here's the deal. He would have really agreed with me had he listened to the end. Bottom line, buddy, you and I would be pals. So that guy, he came in. So we were traveling, me, Mikey, and Alex. We were traveling under this name, the Shallow End Boys. And so we had some dates. We were doing a small little tour and trying to put some shows together. And so we were down at Sunshine City Comedy Club, and Mikey was on stage, I think, or Alex was. And these guys came in. I was standing in the back, and I heard them tell the guy taking the ticket, like, ooh, we can't wait. We're going to heckle. And the guy was like, actually, that's not what we do here. If you can refrain from that, just enjoy the show. Like, we don't tolerate any hecklers. Like, oh, yeah, whatever. They were already kind of drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
But they wanted to be a problem. They and I was like, fuck, this is going to be terrible. So we're doing the show, and it happens to be on D-Day, like.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Yeah,
so this guy's like Captain America, I served kind of thing or whatever. Well, I've got this joke about the tension between men and women, and like, isn't it weird how there's like this I feel like there's a tension, and I don't say it anymore, but I'd be like, I don't know, who has a dick? Can you swim fast? What's all going on? Whose bathroom is this? Whatever. It's just tension. And I'd be like, to really understand the tension, you got to be a history buff. You got to look way back in history. Take the beaches of Normandy, for instance. You got brave men crawling up the beaches, and I just go off. Well, this guy's like, we lost a lot of good men on that beach, and I'm like, fucking
no shit, bro.
You weren't there. Like, fucking sit down, dude. And he's like, no. And I was like, stick with me, buddy. And I just keep going through the joke because, like, the whole joke, it just gets more and more ridiculous. But I end up looking anyway. It's I had to do the whole bit, but it's one of my favorite jokes because the end is like it hits so hard. Yeah. But you got to let me get there, And I'm like. And I'm like very patriotic guy, dude, my father-in-law's a retired 3-star admiral. My dad was in the Navy. My stepdad, like my only career regret as a man is that I didn't enlist and serve. Like I bleed red, white, and blue. Yeah. Like this guy's like, whoa, we lost a lot of good men on this beach. And I'm like, if you would kindly shut the fuck up.
Just let it go.
Yeah, but I don't know what I said. Oh, there's a part where like the guy crawling up the beach gets shot in the head.
Shit, man.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I'm gonna be honest with you. It starts off a little rough, but I bring it back around.
You gotta wait for the end.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the end. But anyway, when I said that, he stood up and just lost he stormed the stage.
Was he old?
Yeah. He was like probably like late 50s.
Yeah.
Is there security at that stage? Like who jumps in at that point?
No security.
Okay, so it's just like
but the funny thing is he called me the N-word. Like he's like, oh, and I was like, what? And then
you're wrong.
But he actually early in the set, it rolled off his tongue, but like in a like how they would say it to each other.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say. It was like
soft.
it was a homie. It was a homie.
There was an A at the end.
It flowed off, and it was like so natural. It was just like, I think there was no hate behind that, you know. Like, and we all just kind of like kept moving along, and then when he got mad at me, he was like, "You stupid!" And he called me that, and I just looked at the crowd. I go, "I'm gonna let you guys sort this out." And like everybody like lost it on him.
Yeah.
And then, but then he when he like almost got to the stage, I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna have to punch this guy," you know. So I'm like switching the microphone over to my other hand, like just getting ready. And Mikey B grabbed this dude and freaking like slung him, like chucked him and tossed him outside. And the whole place was in an uproar, you know. It was like everybody's like, "What just happened? You just threw this guy out. Did he cut?" And it was so bad because there's two couples, like there was couches in this place. There's like two couches in the front, and then it went to chairs, and this long couch, and there was like this interracial couple, you know. And he calls me the N-word, and like this white girlfriend just like puts her hand on like the knee of the boyfriend, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna go so bad. This is gonna go bad for everybody, you know. But then they threw him out there, and then like I just like stood up back on stage, and I was like, all right, that was a little weird, right? Like, all right, how about that?
How do we come back from that?
I just made a joke. I was like, yeah, that's like sitting next to the uncle that touched you at Thanksgiving, right? We're just supposed to pretend it didn't happen, you know? All right, let's move on. And then I just started.
It kind of adds to the set though. Like his whole purpose was to try to like throw you off and make you look like a dumbass, but really it like just elevated the set.
Oh well, dude, my adrenaline was through the roof. I went from thinking I'm about to have to fight somebody to like, you guys ever notice how those shopping carts have a weird whip?
You're like shaking.
Yeah, dude. It's just like no, I cry a little when I get real bad. When I get real bad, I do that. It's something I do. It's like, why do I? You know what I mean? Like it was like the weirdest moment. But
That is so funny.
yeah, so that I don't even know how we got started on that story. But like,
Have you ever bombed on stage?
oh yeah,
Really?
I'll probably bomb tonight. I think I'm gonna have to do a set tonight.
What's the hardest you've ever bombed?
You know, I joke about bombing. I've had bad sets, but I'm trying to think of like a true like bomb.
Has anybody thrown anything at you?
No,
Really?
no.
That's cool.
Now where I had a set at the Comedy Zone one time, and I wasn't. I guess I was bombing, but I got off stage and Mikey was like, "Dude, I've never seen you sweat that hard on stage." I was just like pit stains, like I was earning it up there, dude. I was working hard, you know.
Yeah.
But that's like I've been pretty fortunate. Like even if I have a bad set, I mean, everybody can bomb. I've had some rough ones, but
That's part of the journey, though, bro. I feel like a lot of these big comedians, dude, they've all bombed in some way. You know, like one podcast I listen to quite religiously is Two Bears One Cave.
Oh yeah.
And dude, they talk about some of their experiences bombing, and you're like, dude, you're fucking Tom Segura.
Yeah, everybody
you bombed
bombs.
on stage, like, but I think that in those moments, like, so you see, it happens especially a lot on Kill Tony, where like a comedian will bomb, but then they just don't help themselves after that, bro.
Right.
Like, if you bomb and then show that you're getting nervous and you're struggling, like, just fucking
Don't
leave.
crash
Honestly,
out.
just like, yeah, just walk off stage.
You got to
bro.
learn tricks about it. Like you bomb, especially when you're starting out. If you're just doing open mics, and you should, right? If you're taking a new idea that you've never tested, here's something that I wrote down. You know, I woke up in the middle of the night and thought this was funny. Now I have the audacity to stand in front of a group and go, "What do you guys think of this idea?" You know, the Jews or whatever. You know, and
Well, that's the funny thing is like a lot of these people, they're coming to like not critique comedy, but they're coming to see comedy. So their standard for it is going to be higher
Yeah.
than like if you were to tell a joke at Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
You know, does that ever happen to you where like, cause I mean, dude, I've had times where like, I'll tell a joke, even if it's just like me and the boys, dude. And like, you tell a joke, you're like, this shit is so funny. And like, you think about it even the next morning, you're like, that was a funny fucking
Yeah,
joke.
that was killer.
And you're like, I wonder how this would do on a stage.
yeah,
You know?
well, there's like conversation funny and then stand up funny.
Yeah.
So like if we're hanging out right here, like it's kind of like all of our responsibility to make this fun. And like, especially, this is a perfect example. So we're all sitting here, we're all having this conversation. We've had several big laughs today.
For sure.
Right? Like every one of us has had something that was funny that we've already enjoyed it. But nobody, like if you guys are just sitting quietly and I'm like, all right, you guys ready? And then I just had to like take it from here, and like the pressure's only on you or only on me to be funny. It's like you're gonna run out of steam.
Yeah.
But if I say something funny and then you go, oh yeah, and then you tag it, and
No,
then
true,
it's like we all laugh. And you go,
It
no,
builds,
remember?
yeah.
And like and then you got yours in, and then there's usually like that weird moment where like the fourth guy will try, and
we're
it's
like,
like,
shut the
it's
fuck
kind of
up,
over.
man.
It's kind of over,
Yeah,
dude. Sorry, man. We already had our
Oh,
laugh.
that's my role with everything, dude. I always take the joke too far.
Yes.
I always extend the joke way past, and then sometimes like I take it like Now it's not even funny. You know what I mean? Like I've taken it so far past it. I'll then repeat the joke like 10 minutes down the road, just trying to get a laugh out of the boys. That's
We've just started ignoring him. Like he'll say
Yeah.
something and we look at each other and it's like, he's just.
But most of the time I started the joke. So like I'll start the funny thing. They'll both riff on it for 10 minutes. And then at the very end, I'll try to add something.
Just let
to
it die.
Exactly. I need to
Sometimes
Start a new one.
I need to let it die.
With stand up though, like, so let's say you come up with that funny thing and then we all kind of riff around, like whatever I say will be funny. And then you'll say something and like elevates it, right? Then the third guy is usually the one that comes in like a sniper and drops that bomb, right? And you're like, oh my God. So like when you're writing stand up, you want to write the funny thing and then you want to say the third thing next. And just
I
skip
got
the
you.
middle thing.
True.
Yeah.
Because like everybody in the crowd is thinking that second thing. Like I'll see it sometimes where I'm watching a comic and like their punchlines are too obvious. And it's like, yeah, we all in the room were already thinking that.
Yeah.
Facts.
You got to think like there's probably a funny guy in the room that might have been thinking that third thing. And then like the rest of the crowd is not ready for it. And so if you can set something up and then hit them with that like next level deeper. So like when you're writing a joke or writing a bit or whatever, you're thinking like, all right, here's your scenario. Then like, what's your obvious punchline? Okay, cool. Got that out of the way. What's the next thing you could say? What's the next thing? You keep going down. You go, dude, you know what's the absolute most murderous thing to say is this one.
Your best friend's dick being in your mouth.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Usually that's where it goes. Yeah.
So just start
It's like,
with that.
I've noticed all your jokes kind of end the same way. Is your friend here? Is he in the crowd?
No, if he were, we'd be busy.
Yeah.
What are some of the local comedians that you've kind of seen like stand out? Like we've had a couple on this podcast.
You had Bobby Brown on,
Yeah,
Yeah, we've had Bobby Brown on here. Yeah, he's a good friend. He's been on twice, and then shout out to him for doing his thing and going out to Austin and like trying that scene. I can only imagine how difficult that shit's got to be.
Looked like a hustle.
And then for sure.
That place is crawling with comics.
Oh yeah,
It's like
dude.
bringing sand to the beach. Like,
Right.
You guys ever seen this? I'm like, yeah, we've got that.
And then Nod Ross. I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever seen him before, but he's
Yeah.
kind of funny. He does like the skits and shit on Instagram, which
Yeah.
I
So
thought
you got kicked out of the stadium?
that was
How do
crazy.
you kick out Nod Ross?
But then
crazy.
again, if you don't know, like if you're just a security guard and you're
yeah,
from
but
fucking
how do
Callahan,
you not know? I mean, I guess
a lot of people don't know. You gotta think, bro. Like a lot of these people, dude, they're not on Instagram fucking like doom scrolling, watching comedians.
Yeah.
and shit.
True.
Like,
But I feel like at the stadium, Nod Ross has some sort of. If you're
He's at
in
least
the
got his
know-
picture up on some kind of wall.
Oh, yeah,
This
for
guy
sure
comes
now.
in, free beers.
well, what's funny, dude, is like he doesn't even look like himself when he's at the Jags game. You gotta
Right,
remember
yeah,
that too.
Because he,
The hair
he
is
takes
so-
the hair off. and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's cool. So what comedians in town do I know?
Or just like what guys do you think are like some dogs in the comedy space in Jacksonville?
Oh, yeah. Jen Weeks. Oh my gosh. Like people ask me all the time, like, who's the funniest comic in Jacksonville? Jen Weeks.
Jen Weeks.
Yeah, she is.
She tattooed.
No, she's sassy black lady. Golly,
Okay,
she's
I
funny,
might
dude.
love it. I'm gonna be honest.
She's so
female
funny.
comedians never do it for me.
Yeah.
But I love black women, so
Yeah.
that might do it.
Black
We're not
women
talking
do
about your
have-
search history, brother.
No. I have a fiance. I love you, Morgan. I don't love black women like that. I love them like
I
that.
love
I
me
will-
some black
I will-
women. Sorry, you listening?
no,
What I
no,
meant to say was like,
Well, here's the
Black
funny
women
thing
love
is
me.
like attractive women don't do well in comedy. I don't know what it is. Like there's like Whitney Cummings is like as close as you can get to like being like a semi cute girl. She's always
hot.
funny. Yeah, she's all right. She's all right.
yeah.
Oh, Nikki Glazer's funny. Yeah, that's true.
Well, you're
But,
talking
like,
about like some of the top female
Right,
comedians in the world.
No, true. But like Miss Pat is funny as hell, and
Yeah.
she like am I thinking of the right lady?
Yeah,
Isn't
she's
Miss Pat?
around.
And then but yeah, like I feel like black chicks got it, bro.
Yeah.
So wait, what was her name? Jen what?
Jen Weeks.
Jen Weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's killer. We were producing a show at Blue Jay Listening Room. We actually pretty proud of it, man. It was like our crown jewel show. Sold it out for not even know what it was, like 18 months in a row.
Damn.
And we were packing like 80, 90 people in this room, standing room only. It's
Nice.
awesome. But she headlined it for us at least twice, and every time I was just like,
Crying.
how can somebody be that funny?
Yeah.
You know, like what in the world? But I have a theory on why a lot of women comics aren't funny.
Why?
And here's your hot take, right?
Let's hear it.
I think most female comedians aren't funny because most male comedians aren't funny. There's just more of us.
True.
So if you have a scene like Jacksonville, right? Let's say you have 100 comics. How many of them are women?
Probably 2.
I would say
5. 10.
probably 5 or 10.
Yeah.
We might have 5 or 10 female comedians in all of Jacksonville. We've got 100 dudes. So if you bring me 5 random comics that are dudes, and go, what do you think? I'm like, they all suck ass.
Yeah, true.
And then it's like, well, go bring me 5 women. It's like, well, this is all we got. And it's like, and so I think if you had 100 women and 100 men, you'd find out that there's like, hey, there's still only 5 funny women. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I think the ratio would be a lot fairer. You know, I think it's just and it's like that whole thing. Like it rubs me so wrong when women are like, it's a male dominated. It's like, it's dominated. If you have titties, you're immediately booked on everything. Like,
yeah, true.
You're like, if I was a woman, I would have a Netflix special by now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you get booked immediately because we need you on a show. And so like there are women that are getting booked beyond their talent. And then what happens is an audience doesn't get the political jockeying, right? So within the comedy scene, you're like, will you put me on your show? I'll put you on your show. You put me on, I'll put you on my show. Yeah. And so you get comics trading shows, and it's like, well, it should be the funniest comics around get the best stage time. Mm-hmm. You want that stage time? Well, then go work it out at the open mic and get funny. Yeah, you want a better show? Get funnier, But because we need diversity, it's like, hey, we need to put a chick on this show. So now you're unfairly to a comic who hasn't developed the skills yet, rushing them into a platform that they weren't ready for. Yeah. Just like if you started doing comedy today, you did like 5 open mics, and I was like, hey, dude, I got a show I can put you on. Can you do 15 minutes? And the answer would be like, hell no, I can barely do 3.
Right.
But if you're a chick, it's like, hey, we need to put you on this show. Okay. And next thing you know, you're up there looking like not funny.
Bombing for 13 minutes.
And I think it's unfair. And the answer isn't like that. It's not that women aren't funny. They definitely are funny. Like there's Katie Smelter. She lives in Georgia in this little bitty town of like 3 people. And I'm telling you right now, she can just sit right here and just tell you a story about what she had for lunch, and we'll be in tears. She's so funny. And then she goes up, she does stand up like once every 4 months and murders. If she moved to Austin, she'd be famous in a month.
Oh my God.
Like, and I've been telling her, I'm like, Katie, fucking go for it. Like, I wish I was that funny, So, it's not that women can't be funny. There's just not a lot of women comparatively to men.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one thing that I love about comedy, and I think it's the most badass thing a comedian can do, is when someone has a disability and they like run on it.
Yeah, lean
like
into
it happens all the time with like guys on Kill Tony. Like they'll come out there and like they can't even like they can barely speak.
Yeah.
But they are just going to town, and they'll like someone will kind of like, especially if Tony and them kind of get into it and they're kind of like roasting each other back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, he'll like almost use his disability as like ammo to throw back at Tony. And it's like, it's the funniest shit ever.
Just being self-deprecating. Man.
Yeah, 100%.
We have a guy here that's, sorry. I've only seen him out a few times, but he's like completely deaf and he can't talk. And he's grabbing the microphone and he's like, yeah, come over here around him. I'll give him some of those mirrors. And then the whole audience is like, what in the fuck is this? And then he came off the stage. He's like, how do you do? I was like, what are you talking about? It's the one thing that you have to be able to do this particular thing is talk. I'm like, I want so bad. I'm like, will you just write your jokes down on giant cue cards and
That'd
like,
be funny.
like, like let's do something that like I don't know. I'm gonna have to have a talk with him.
Well,
listen.
I'm gonna have to have a
text.
We're gonna have
text
to really get to write some shit
You're gonna
down.
have to figure that out.
We're gonna have to take some notes.
The funny thing about being a comedian is you have to be super confident, but you can't be confident in. Oh, what is it? Like you have to have stage confidence, but you almost have to be a cornball in a way.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like the super, like you're probably the most attractive male comedian that you'll find in a
Nice, Nick.
If we're being honest though,
Appreciate
like
that.
Most comedians that are famous are ugly as fuck.
Yeah, it's
And
a
they're
hurdle.
Like,
It's a burden.
yeah.
When you're this attractive.
Like Theo,
I'm going to be honest with you. I have a hard time with success because of how attractive I am.
yeah, I'm sure.
Audiences don't take me serious.
Well, Theo Vaughn,
this home.
here's an example. Here's an example though. Theo Vaughn is not, he's kind of like a fucking like ugly redneck, but every chick wants to fuck him because
yeah.
it's like,
Funny.
because he's funny as hell,
funny.
but
And
he's also like, he's kind
rich
of a stud.
and famous.
True.
And lovable.
But do you feel like Theo Vaughn is not an attractive dude at all, and a lot of chicks like him because, well, yeah, he's famous and
Well,
he's funny,
disarming.
whatever. Yeah,
One
exactly.
of the things you have to do when you get on stage is build a rapport with the audience quickly.
Yeah.
True.
And so like a band doesn't have to build rapport, right? They just show up and they have to be the coolest people in the room. It's what you pay to see. Pay to see rock stars.
True.
You better come out like a fucking rock star. And then you have like that weird gray area where you got a guy like Jelly Roll, who is a rock star, but he's really relatable. And then you get super fans. You get these people that are like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm in for the weight loss. I'm in for this thing. I'm in for that thing. I'm a total fan. But if you're just seeing somebody for the first time as a comic, like you have to build that trust with the audience, right? And so if you are overweight or have a weird hair or you're dressed kind of weird or Star Wars nerdy, like the audience goes, I don't have to be afraid of this guy.
Yeah,
Like
true.
he seems sweet. He seems like my nephew that never comes out of his bedroom.
Right.
You
That's
know?
what it
And
is.
so you immediately, your guard is down. I want to hear what this guy's got to say because a guy like this I would not listen to in any other circumstance, right? But you like this, you get a tall, like good looking dude. I'm 5'8", right? So but
See, I haven't seen you standing
Could
up
have fooled
yet, so
me. I
didn't-
thought you were 6 foot.
yeah, I'm 6'4", and so like if I'm 6'4", that makes you no. So but like you go out, like you have to build that rapport with the audience. So I think like I've talked about it before. Like I know I'm not an ugly guy, but I know that like that's why I don't do that well in Riverside. I come out and I'm like this straight white, you know,
Redneck.
Yeah. And they're like, fuck you, dude. You look like the fuck. I was just online complaining about you.
You're the source of their problems.
Yeah, you're the reason why I drive a Prius and I'm sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the reason I smoke fucking cigarettes and hate the world. And also live with my parents. Like it's because of matter of fact, my dad's like, you works real hard, has a job.
Yeah, I hate him. I hate
him.
that
Such
fucking
a
guy.
Dick. And then you're gonna what? Tell me jokes about your family and your home?
How dare you?
Fuck your family. Fuck your home.
Brutal. But you know, I can walk into an audience of like, you know, people in Ponte Vedra or the beaches or like I do really good in all black rooms. They're my favorite because I tell all my racist jokes and they love them.
Yeah.
They fucking love them. I got a whole bit about
A whole book.
the worst ones you ever heard. No, it's just kidding.
Well, because I think that like it's always nice hearing like a different. They're all curious about your perspective anyway,
For sure.
You know, and they
Yeah.
know what you're thinking, but they
Yeah.
just want to hear you fucking say
Yeah,
it.
I have a whole bit about my daughter trying to run track, and like, and how like I'll say this one because I've already put it online, but like, you know, I'm like, hey, just be the fastest little white girl you can be. Right? That's all. That's all.
you can
Yeah,
do.
just try real hard. You know what I mean? Just work at it, but. Fastest white girl. That's our goal. You know? And then like my friend doubled down on it, you know, and like just reiterated that we created an irrational fear of black women in this poor little. As I go to the track meet, she comes running up. She's like, "Dad, there's blacks everywhere." I said, "Inside voice. What the fuck was that?" Well, you know. And so I tell this whole thing about her being all afraid of the black kids and like, "Dad, the blacks just keep coming." I go, "Shut the fuck up." You know?
That is so
But I
funny.
told that joke the other night. I did a show. Flo has a show on the rooftop of this hotel downtown, and very urban audience. And I was telling that whole thing. And then I get my youngest daughter is adopted and she's Mexican. So I say a bunch of jokes about her doing yard work and things like that, you know, naturally. And dude, the whole audience loved it. And it's like, so you can go into that type of a environment and have a great time with racially tense topics, but it's like, you know that I'm joking. And I'm only able to tell these jokes because there's zero racism here.
Right.
And that's why there's a trust here that you know that I'm just being funny. And then you go into Riverside and
And
you
you
try to do
can't
that
do
same thing. And they're like, I think he's making fun of the gays. And it's like, I haven't even said anything yet. You haven't even said anything yet. I'm gonna, but we haven't got there.
That is so funny.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, let's just leave the people with like one little piece of advice. If you're like a younger comedian trying to start off, or like, what is something you wish you learned in the early years or something like that?
Jeez.
I know this is like the most generic topic question, like podcast
Yeah.
topic question ever, but like you got to end it with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Advice to a young comic. Don't rush it, man. Just take time, actually develop the skills. Don't be so quick to try to get on a show. Spend some time really working out some tools. Have some bailouts. If a joke doesn't go good, what do you say when it doesn't go good?
Right.
Not everything you write is going to be great. And then stay out of the drama, dude. You asked about the comedy scene in Jacksonville, and it's like it's so great but so miserable all at the same time. Like everybody's jockeying for position. It's like, dude, none of us are anybody. Like everybody should just pump the brakes here.
Yeah.
Like just get along with everybody and like don't take yourself too serious, you know, like just fucking be cool to be around.
And let us know next time you guys do a roast me sign. The
will
three of
show
us,
up.
the three of us will go show up. I feel like
Yeah.
that'd be so fucking funny, dude. And then we'll collab on it with the pod. I think that shit would
do it.
shit would eat, dude. But Scott, dude, thank you so much for coming.
Dude, thanks
through,
so
bro.
much for having
Let's
me.
plug
It's been
everything.
super
Where Instagram, next shows, like anything.
Yeah, Scott Whatley Comedy on Instagram, Scott Whatley Stand Up on TikTok,
Spell Whatley.
WHATLEY.
Yeah.
My wife and I own a bar called the Palms Pantry. It's a beer and wine bar. Come have a beer with us. We're there constantly.
Where's it at? What's that town?
It's on Beach Boulevard,
Okay.
right, just west of the ditch. So basically opposite of Adventure Landing.
That's exactly where he is.
It's right at the neighborhood Isle of Palms.
It's on your side, right across.
No. He
said
said the
across
opposite
from-
side of Adventure Landing. The opposite side of Adventure
Opposite side of the road.
Landing. No,
Opposite
opposite side of the bridge.
Oh yeah, that's right where I live.
Yeah. Perfect. Dude, that's sick. Is it actually, I think I know, is it right across from the new La Petite or whatever? No fucking way. Dude, that's sick. I want to go in there. I've always driven by it. I'm like, I want to go check
Yeah,
this
we
place
do
out.
watch parties for every Jags game. I'm usually out back grilling dogs. And
Oh, dude, let's fucking
it's
go.
a fun hang.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So yeah, that's it. Social media, the Palms Pantry. We run a nonprofit called Death to Dementia, and we raise money for people that are caretakers of those with dementia.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
you usually either got to quit your job or hire a caretaker.
Yeah.
And so we're pretty big on that. My wife's mother passed away of Alzheimer's. Her dad's currently living with it. My grandmother died of it. So try to, as often as we can, raise awareness and money for that.
Well, that's awesome, bro. Seriously. Well, dude, shout out to you for coming on the pod.
Yeah,
It's been
thanks,
fucking
dude. Thanks for having me.
legendary
It's been fun.
convo, bro. And this is like the quickest pod we've ever done. Like, it's been an hour, but it feels like we've been talking for
Yeah,
like
it feels
20
like it's been
minutes.
so quick.
It's the funnest pod we've ever done.
Like,
boys.
it's actually been 10 minutes. How are we going to fill the rest of this time?
But no, shout out to everyone that's watched this episode. This is episode 142.
Yes.
I believe, right? Isn't that what we said?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
episode
yeah.
142. If you guys are fucking with this content, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us on social media. OG Sessions Pod on everything except TikTok. That's just OG Sessions. If you guys want to look as sexy as Joey looks right now or myself,
I only got the hat.
OGSessions.com, no promo code. Go pay full price. It's cheap as fuck anyway.
He's lying.
No. There actually
You
is
actually deleted
No,
it?
there's no promo code.
I'm so proud
A
of you.
hoodie is $45. Like, y'all can fuck off. if you want a
Fucking pay
discount.
for it.
Like, literally, like, it's $45. Just go get a hoodie.
You had the promo code for months.
Yeah,
years.
if you didn't
And
capitalize it, that's
your
on y'all.
fault.
And
Yeah.
now we're just making prices lower. So
Yep.
y'all just do your thing. Just to pretend there's a promo code there.
Type something. It won't work.
And then Patreon, if you guys want more bonus content, we've been slacking on that lately, but I'm about to give Joey the keys to that so he can just start editing whatever the fuck he wants, honestly, because he's got...
I'll figure it out.
We got some stuff cooking. Patreon.com/OG Sessions. Choose a membership that's right for you, and see y'all there. But yeah, once again, shout out to Scott for coming on the pod,
Yes,
boys.
sir.
It's episode 142, boys. We'll see y'all next week. We are out.
Peace.